Let me first of all, you guys were together, so let me get that off the screen right now. Connor and Brady Kieran, welcome. Are you guys even a fan of Mario?
Like Mario Kart?
The Mario in general.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
play some Mario games.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't.
What
I would
is
say like a big thing for us growing up, but we definitely played it.
Still
what
play it.
is the Do you have a game of choice, or like you said, it wasn't that like a big of a game for y'all?
Right now it's Call of Duty.
Yeah, we still play Call.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's funny. The NLL Box Out podcast I just got done talking about. I think Jake Withers actually talked about Call of Duty. You ever played Jake in Call of Duty?
I played them a few times, like a while ago.
Wow.
Yeah, he's supposed to be pretty good actually, and he plays Warzone though. So we play like ranked,
yeah.
like 66 or 44 ranked. Sorry, so we play with me, Brady, Teeter, Borgatti from my team. So we usually run it every day.
Yeah, every day.
Is Teed as good at video games as he is at lacrosse?
No, he's better at lacrosse.
Yeah, a lot better than lacrosse.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Well, that makes nothing we have in common, so that's not fair.
Yeah.
Um, I want to appreciate you guys coming on. Connor and Brady Kearnan of the Ottawa Black Bears. You guys are both first round picks. Connor, you were drafted to the Seals. Obviously, Brady was drafted to the Swarm. But before we get to the National Lacrosse League stuff, I want to ask you guys: was lacrosse for either of you always the goal, and also who had the NLL dream first?
I guess I'll start. I mean, we both played hockey, lacrosse growing up. So it was never really. It was always make the NHL or make the NLL. At the end of the day, then we got to both of us got the same age, was like minor midget after the draft year, and obviously I'm older than Brady by 3 years, so I picked lacrosse. I was better at lacrosse. I liked it more. But yeah, the dream was always to be in the NLL. And then finally just made that decision to focus on one. And yeah, the rest is kind of history after that.
Yeah, I think for me, it was kind of like a waiting game. I loved hockey. I would say that I was actually better at hockey when I decided to make my flip. But again, it's the same thing. Like draft year happened, didn't get drafted, and kind of from that point on, it's pretty much an uphill battle. And so I kind of fell out of love with hockey pretty quick after that. And then again, just kind of stuck with lacrosse and been fortunate ever since. So
Those bastards. I feel like the NLL side has at least worked out for both of you, obviously. But I gotta ask you this: why does Connor wear 92, and Brady, why did you choose 96?
92 for me was we have like a family number a number in our family that we like. It's number 11. I always wore number 10. Obviously, growing up, like minor lacrosse and stuff. 11 was always kind of taken. But then I went to college and they didn't have 10, 11. My dad wore 29. 2 plus 9 is 11. And so 29, all those numbers were taken. So then I asked if I could have 92, and they said yeah. And that was the first time it had to happen in college, and then from Canisius, and then from there, I've just always worn it. And again, it has the significance of being like the family number, kind of 11.
Yeah, for me, I've worn. I grew up wearing 10 because of Connor. Just kind of stuck with that, and then moving forward, like when I got to my first year of college, I wore 93. Kind of as a joke to say that I was one better than Connor, which, I mean, is what it is. And then and then I decided when I got to Mercy, they had number 96, and that's Connor's birth year. So then I kind of wore 96 since, and that's why I chose 96 now. Just because, again, I used to wear his number. Then now that we're on the same team, I can't wear the same number. So I was going to pick 93 again, but then I decided, 96, at least at Mercy, was some good luck. So hopefully transfers over.
That's awesome. It seems like is there any sibling rivalry here? I feel like you guys get along. It seems like is that now, or has that always been the case?
So growing up, I would say no. We always did get along to an extent. I think that I just, as like a typical younger brother, just try to push my brother's buttons as much as possible. Just trying to get any rise out of him. as we've gotten older, I'd say we've mellowed out in a sense now. I mean, sibling rivalry, I don't necessarily think there is one. I think more so I kind of like look to Connor for some answers. He's been through it a little bit more than I have, obviously. Has a lot more experience. 1 lacrosse, 2 in life, and obviously in the league as well, just for that. So kind of that's dissipated. I've never I don't think I've ever been, jealous or anything like that. It's kind of just always been status quo with us, I think.
Yeah. Again, I mean, we definitely bicker and bad. We are best friends, so like we hang out. Like we're all in the same friend groups, and we hang out, like play Xbox together.
Yeah, there's no escape.
Yeah, there's no escaping. So like we without a doubt battle, and we're both. I'm sure some people know or will say that we're both a little extra and definitely in your face sometimes with our mannerisms and the way we kind of hold ourselves. So we definitely bicker and battle, but there's never been any real fights or anything.
Well, it was a fun question. Don't take that one too seriously. But this one's more fun as well. Connor, you're 5'8". Brady, you're 6 feet according to those stats that I have.
That's
Come
right.
on, man.
No,
How'd that happen?
I am 6 foot, 6'1" in work boots. That's a real thing as well. Connor has always been short. He's always been short and stocky, and I would say I'm fast and a little bit speedy. Actually, it's funny enough. So Connor has personal training. He has a personal trainer and stuff like that. He lives in Kingston, so we actually had this argument not long ago. He was kind of trying to argue with me that he could beat me in a foot race, and I mean, his number one argument was that he trains fast twitch muscles. And it was like, we're at the cottage and whatnot. I'm just like looking at him like we've seen Connor run. He's not, I would say, the quickest off the dribble or in general. So, I mean, yeah.
I said I was quicker in 10-yard increment. That's the key catch there. It was 10 yards. He's faster than me. I'll give him that. But also, just back to the workouts, if Brady comes and works out with me, and I think the last 4 or 5 times he's worked out with me, he's puked every single time.
100%. They're horrible workouts.
Yeah, so, again, anything within 10 yards, I said I was quicker than him. I'll give him anything else. 10 yards and under is me.
I still think that's wrong.
But
right.
That sounds like an Adam Levy comment, by the way, because he's like I've heard like 5'8" or 5'9" himself, so I don't.
Yeah, he's also not 6 foot.
I am 6 foot.
He's not 6 foot.
Actually, it's funny enough. I had this argument with Jeff Henrik, and he got mad at me and pulled out a tape measure. And I was kind of on my tippy toes.
Really?
We got to the 6 foot measure.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to the NLL part of it. And I love that. But my brother was supposed to be taller than me. He had scoliosis. I'm sorry, Connor, that didn't happen for you. But I'm still taller than my brother. But that's a lighthearted joke. All right, Brady, you were in Georgia last season. In 6 games, dude, you had 3 goals, 5 assists, 1 call turnover, 1 block, 18 loose balls. That's not bad for a 6-game sample for a rookie, in my opinion. What did you learn the most with the Swarm that you think you can carry on for the rest of your years?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with the Swarm, like obviously played 6 games, and I ended up playing. I played 2 off the start, and then I sat most of the year. And then unfortunately, Zach Miller got hurt, and I was in the position to step up and play. So just from that, obviously not playing, and again, it's something that most people will face. It's kind of learning how to be a good teammate. I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned. Again, like being a good teammate, I think extends past just being, happy and positive with the guys. It's, working your ass off in practice. Are you aware? Are you trying to train? Are you trying to get a little bit better? And as well, like, you got to be able to roll the punches because you're going to screw up a lot of stuff. And you just got to kind of have to keep with it and learn from the older guys. So I think, just learning to be a good teammate was a pretty important thing to me. Something that I've never, honestly, have had to learn in the past before. I haven't been in that situation where I haven't played. So again, looking back at it, like in terms of like my maturity as a teammate and as a player, I think helped me out quite a bit. And I think moving forward down the line, it helps you out because again, the older guys, like just on Georgia alone, like you got Brian Cole, you got Shane Jackson, right? You got McIntosh, you got Rannigan, like Manley, all of them are just great guys that are just kind of mentoring the younger generations coming through. And it's really transpired. I mean, you see that on every team now. With the Black Bears, it's much of the same. You got, I hate to say it, my brother's an older guy. I know height-wise he's not, but you got a lot of guys on the team with like a lot of veterans that have been around, so they kind of are able to kind of coach you essentially through what you're trying to learn and trying to get better. So
I guess you appreciate the backup quarterback in the NFL. It's like you next man up, and you got to be ready, and you were ready. That's awesome.
yeah, not as glamorous, but not as glamorous as a backup quarterback, I would imagine.
Well, good point. Connor, I wore the Riptide shirt today. Had to get one before they Fanatics got rid of them. When they get rid of them, take me back to Long Island with the Riptide. What do you miss the most about that version of the franchise? I like the color seafoam green, but what did you miss with lacrosse and all the selling from that city?
Yeah, it was unfortunate that it didn't work out. Obviously, Ottawa is fantastic now, so I guess it's the pros and cons of everything. But I loved the Riptide colors. I thought they were sweet. I thought they were, I really enjoyed the uniforms. It was tough getting some of the apparel to wear around normal life, to be honest, because there's hard colors to match up. But on the floor, and they look sweet. I miss obviously the restaurant by our hotel that we used to go to for team dinners. It was a great spot. We had two of them, both Italian spots, obviously. They were awesome. Missed that. The locker room was great, and then we don't really see the staff around as much. Obviously, we're still the same ownership, but it's harder for them to travel out to Ottawa. So don't see them as much, which is unfortunate because they're a bunch of great people, and they work their ass off for that organization. And I know they're excited for obviously Ottawa, but again, it's bittersweet, without a doubt.
That's a good point about the staff, because I feel like that's a lot of times lost in athletes or even media people's lives, just dealing with the security and just different trainers every single day. It's like you become friends with them, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's you can create relations with them and friendships and stuff like that, and now you just kind of we packed up and left, and obviously for good reasons, but
right.
But yeah, it's tough.
So if I'm gonna ask this to both of you, if I was a Riptide fan, what are some reasons why now I'm excited about Ottawa besides just a really good 4-4 start? What am I excited about right now that I can take with me and become a Black Bears fan now?
I mean, for me, it's you're the same team. For the true fans and the fans that came out to all the games, and there's a few still that keep in contact with a few of us, and you fell in love with obviously the team, but the players that we were, and that still stays true. Obviously, myself, Teeter, much of the team is still there, especially guys that have been there for 4 years. So I think to me that's the biggest thing. Yes, you can be upset with the move or whatever, that there's no New York team anymore. Unfortunately, it is a business, and I mean the attendance just wasn't there. It's a tough spot to get to at Nassau. It's just kind of the way it goes, and a move had to be made in order to keep your favorite players in the league and on a team and together. So to me, that'd be the biggest thing.
Yeah, I think
I'm glad.
Just,
Go ahead, Brady.
I just think historically, I've watched them throughout the years. Now I get to play with them, and I think, historically, in the past, the pieces are there, and I think now that people are starting to mature, again, we have the 4-4 started, and I think that's, again, I don't think we're very sitting on our hands and thinking that that's a good thing. I think for us, we're in a good position now to think that 4-4 is not our true potential. So I think moving forward, season wise, going to get better, but as well, just in terms of mentality, I think it's definitely, from again just knowing my brother and the team, has shifted quite a bit to kind of higher expectations. So I think, again, just sticking with that is, if you're with Connor, is that you got all the same players, you got all your favorite guys, and they're just the goal and the bar is a lot higher than what it was. So
I love that you mentioned those players, because both of you guys, again, I'll ask this question. You guys both play / interact / or around these guys every day. Two of the best players in lacrosse. You got Jeff Keto, of course, has been there. Now you add in Zach Higgins. What is it like seeing just the goalie and the superstar forward both on one team? It's got to be pretty awesome for both of you, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, again, like Teeter's on the left side, and so am I. So, like, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn from him. Getting to play with him, like he plays at such like a sharp speed. I know that sounds odd, but I mean, like the way he sees the floor, the way he moves on the floor and dictates the offense is incredible. And it sucks, Higgy, to tell you the truth. Like, love Higgy to death. He's a great goalie, but like in practice, when you get like an open shot, it's like, and he stones you, it kind of sucks because, I mean, looks, you got it on the doorstep save. He makes a split glove save or something like that. It kind of kills you. But I mean, happy to have him on our team for sure.
Yeah,
Connor, do you echo those sentiments about Higgins?
yeah, for sure. He's very good, and I have fortunate enough to play with him in summer ball too for Brooklyn and Brady as well. But I've played with Higgy now since like 2018. He's been in and around the Brooklyn organization, and he just won MVP last year in the Senior A League. Like he's awesome. He's a great guy, hell of a goalie, and just something every team wants for sure, without a doubt. And then like back to Teeter too. Like I joke around about it, especially when I first joined. I tell him he revived my career. Came from San Diego, and joke he's a big Marvel or a superhero guy, so it's like, oh, he's Batman, I'm Robin. He gets all the glory. All right, he's the man. And then I've also made the analogy of Sidney Crosby to Chris Kunitz in 2014.
Not bad comp. I don't know much about hockey, but I know those names, so it's good.
Yeah, but no, he's all jokes aside, he's awesome to play with, and we have a bunch of great guys to play with. Like, yeah, Teeter's a superstar, but our whole offense gels really well. We move the ball well, and we just genuinely enjoy playing together, and everybody's unselfish, which is awesome. But really all you can ask for as an L guy.
Yeah. Like I said, you guys are 4-4, but tell me why, in you guys' minds, this season the Black Bears have won games and lost games. Like, what are the pros? What are the cons for you guys? If you can disclose those without giving away the competition here.
You kind of cut out there with the pros and cons of our wins and losses.
Yeah, like wins and losses. Like, why have you guys won? Like, what do you guys do well? What do you guys need to work on, you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's no surprise when we win. Obviously, our defense has been fantastic all year. Same with Higgy. When we win, we're usually getting 10+ goals. That goes a long way. Obviously, we have a talented offense. It's just more so, trying to. I think sometimes we, just think too much. We're not burying the chances we should. Running smart goalies without a doubt. But yeah, like when you're not going to win a game, when you put up 5 against San Diego, 4 against Vancouver, even 7, 2 weeks ago against Calgary, right? We put up 7 against Buffalo, right? Like that doesn't go a long way in the NLL, especially a goal scoring league. So that's really the thing, is finding the back of the cage, gelling well together on offense.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't think there's anything to touch on more. Again, just putting the ball in the back of the net. Just getting the goal is always over 10 as an offense. Obviously, some games you hit that, some games you don't. But being consistent, I think we had a great practice last week, and I think it's something that I think we had a deep breath to ourselves, and I mean, I think that was an excellent practice. I mean, we all just had fun and kind of shared the ball and all kind of worked together a little bit. So moving forward, I think it's going to improve quite a bit.
Well, now that gets me excited for this, because the last NLL question I have for you is a game in Albany this Saturday against a very capable Firewolves team. It's kind of, reeling at this point, but they made the finals last year. What do you guys think? What can you guys tell me about the keys to success, again, without giving anything away to Albany?
Yeah, again, I think it was go back to finishing our chances. We get lost in quality A1 looks. It's just finish them, and then again, I think for us offensively, we're trying to score 1, 2, 3 goals, one shot. Just gotta slow it down, take our time. The goals will come. The second you start trying to force things or try and make things happen, it's kind of when you run into issues. And then obviously, like Dougie that's the great thing about this league, to be honest. Like, whether they're having a hot year or not, any team can beat anyone on any night. Just honestly the parity of the league. It's strong, especially with one less team now, right? Everyone's deep. Everyone's got good goalies. And Dougie's obviously one of the best. So I think it's getting out early on a hot start and stringing together, goals in a row. I don't think we score one and then they might go on a run. Like, we haven't been putting our own runs together. It seems like, it feels like. So I think that's key. And then again, just doing all the little things right. Loose balls, little battles, face-offs, offensive resets, big hits, whatever it might be, like the little things, and then doing the little things will add into the big things, and goals, saves, and wins. So I think that's just the key and the focus.
Anything else?
No. No, I think that's good.
Yeah, no, that was he touched
You want to
on
add something?
No, you touched on every aspect of the game.
Yeah, well, everything's gonna be better.
Yeah.
Jeez. Brady, it's a good thing that you asked them that, like, because you actually get the last question here. It's kind of a poke at one of our friends. Can you also beat Pat Gregoire, you think, in a tic-tac-toe challenge?
Yeah, I mean,
he says no.
No, so like Connor is good. Connor's a really good inside shooter and a spot shooter. I would say I'm a little bit better than the outside. So yeah, I think I could beat him. I would hope I would beat him. I don't think anyone in the league, defense or offense, are going to say that they're not going to beat someone who's not in the NLL. I think Connor had a close call there, and hopefully that shook him up a little bit. A couple extra shots from him at practice for sure.
Sandbagging.
Yeah, he was sandbagging for sure. But yeah, no, I'm 100% certain that I would beat Pat Gregoire in a friggin' tic-tac-toe game. I mean,
wow, nothing too Brady over here.
No, I think that's pretty, like, you got someone who plays. Well, you got someone who plays. Same thing as you. Like, I don't think anyone's who's not going to win that. I really don't. I think maybe they have a bad day of shooting, but I think everyone's capable of beating Patty.
This guy, you hear this? You hear your little brother over here?
That's true.
Yeah,
he won. If he wins, I'll win.
Come on, man. I got more faith in Pat.
Yeah.
Well, I actually would blame that.
Right. So, So, anything you guys want to plug? Because I don't think it would be fair if you guys give me all your time, and then if anything you want to plug, any brands or anything, let me know now, and we'll get you guys out of here.
No,
not driving.
No,
no. I think we're good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
appreciate the time and the questions, and hopefully we were all right.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for your time. I had fun. This was fun for sure.
We'll do it again for sure. Go Ottawa, and we wish you guys nothing but success with the team and everything, man.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Connor and Brady Kearnan, everybody, and that deserves a round of I wish I could have seen it on live now, because cutting off their faces. There's a Mario graphic. To be fair, you can do that with any group of brothers, but they were the first ones we've had on the show, so they get the nod for that.